Sometimes you do have a fantastic solo clarinet player who phrases something so elegantly that you just go, well, thank you, that's beautiful.
How does it feel to be back at the Philharmonie Luxembourg to collaborate with our orchestra?
Well, I'm happy to be back in Luxembourg. I enjoy the place a lot, and this is now my second time here because the first time was 11 months ago, the very beginning of January, my first week of the year, and now it closes with a almost perfect circle because now it's my second to last week of the year, and they even gave me the exact same room in the hotel, and the Christmas tree is up again, or as I perceive it, it's still there, so it feels really rather weird, but I'm sort of enjoying it.
Can you recall the first time you stood in front of an orchestra?
I know that it was in the spring of 2014 at the masterclass of Jorma Panula in my hometown of Vaasa, Finland, in front of the local city orchestra. Those are the facts, but I don't actually remember anything about it, and that's for the best because it must have been horrible. Mozart Zauberflöte Overture, which I also did here actually the last time.
You are appointed to several orchestras. What responsibilities come with these roles?
It's a lot of orchestras, a lot of music, lots of different repertoire, and very time consuming, of course. Lots of weeks of the year, so much traveling. But it's what I've always wanted, so I can't complain. Responsibilities as music director, of course, those exist. I enjoy programming very much, and I do that years in advance. And I'm doing what I always dreamed of, so that's fine.
Do you prepare differently for the first rehearsal with an orchestra you haven't met before?
Prepare, not really. But since I have an idea what might be ahead of me, that kind of might shape my thoughts sort of unconsciously. Like I might know some of the people and I remember how they played the last time, and I know the acoustic, how the hall is, and kind of sort of overall atmosphere. Maybe I might kind of have some specific ideas of what might work and what might not work in this specific place, and so in comparison to then a place, an orchestra I haven't met before where I don't really know what to expect. So a little, but not too much.
Are there any teachers that had an influence on your conducting?
Well, most of all, of course, the great pedagogue Jorma Panula, who started as a professor at the Sibelius Academy in Helsinki already in the 70s and is still doing it now at the age of 93 and shows no signs of slowing down. I owe everything to him, and he's one of really the most important people in my life. And then my professor at the academy, since Jorma officially retired in 1993, was Sakari Oramo, and Hannu Lintu also served as an important mentor for me.
Conductor instead of professional pianist. What motivated this decision?
There never was really a kind of a decision. I don't think I ever made a kind of choice at any specific time. I did play the piano very seriously until maybe 17. Well, that was maybe I was at the peak of my pianism, which of course wasn't very high of a peak. But I had been conducting for 3-4 years at that point, and then I entered the academy when I was 18. So then that took most of my time, and I still continued playing quite a lot of concerts after that, but it became kind of slowly less and less, and I will always continue to play the piano if just for myself. But I always wanted to be a conductor, so there never was a real conflict there.
In the rehearsal process, how much room do you give your sound ideas to evolve?
Depends on how the orchestra plays, and also how strong ideas I do have about a piece in the first place. So I might have a very detailed view of a Wagner piece, and then less so about something contemporary, for example. And of course, it depends on how much character does the orchestra also put in it. Like sometimes you do have a fantastic solo clarinet player who phrases something so elegantly that you just go, well, thank you, that's beautiful.
Do you have any routine or rituals before going on stage?
Listen less, not really. I enjoy if I have a piano in my dressing room, and then I might play a few notes, usually some Wagner, but not always, and not really. I just go on stage and make some music.